This is the evening of Tuesday, the January 20th, 2026. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining me in this video. I waited for good 2 days before I could react to the post made by Sheikh Ahmed Gumi on his Facebook profile, on his Facebook wall. So he's posted this on Facebook on Sunday. That is exactly about 2 days ago. The reason why I waited to see if Nigerians do read the handwritings on the wall. Now, if you understand the news of shock that is being spread across the whole news media from around the world about the 160 Christians who were kidnapped in Kaduna State on Sunday while they were in the church. So, Nigeria government have not officially reacted to that. They keep silence. They continue to keep silence because there is a narrative that they are currently, trying to stop. The narrative that all is well in Nigeria. But unfortunately, they forget that we are in 2026. We are no longer in 1967. Now, Dr. Ahmed Abubakar Mahmoud Gumi, he wrote, people who reject the call for peace will have no option but to face and endure the consequences of war. Let me repeat that. The people who reject the call for peace would have no option but to face and endure the consequences of war. Now, let me connect a line or a dot for you because a lot of people will come to social media without understanding what is going on. Social media brings out everything you need to know, but you need to have a very deep mind, an ability to think before you can understand what is actually going on. Now, the moment Gumi was posting this, that the people who reject the call for peace will have no option but to face and endure the consequences of war, what was the exact time that the ISIS-linked bandits were abducting Christians. Now, the message is very simple. Let me break this down for you. Who is Sheikh Ahmed Gumi, as people call him? He's an Islamic cleric who believes in radicalism. Sheikh Gumi has been arrested or was arrested in Saudi Arabia, was about to be charged for a life imprisonment case. And the administration of Goodluck Jonathan helped him and brought him back because the case was all about someone who he was having conversation with that was going to bomb America. And the person was intercepted in Amsterdam, Schiphol Airport. He was flying to Michigan, if I pronounce it well, I don't know. So that was a story. Underwear bomber, they used to call him then. I shared that story in one of my videos. Now, this Sheikh Ahmed Gumi, I have the newspaper report, where he said that Boko Haram is a blessing to the northern Muslims. Boko Haram is now the most dangerous terrorist on earth as I speak to you now because of the affiliation with ISIS, ISWAP. So Boko Haram is very dangerous. But it is dangerous to the secular world, the Western world, but to Sheikh Ahmed Gumi and his people, Boko Haram is a blessing. Why? Because Boko Haram is helping them to expand the cause of Islam by killing Christians, killing people they call infidels, those who do not believe in these people. Now, Abubakar Sheikh Ahmed Gumi was a person who always negotiates, stands like a mediation between the terrorists and the government, telling the government to pay the terrorists, bring them into the society, pardon them, and so on and so forth. So this is the principles of war they are using, not because they actually needed peace, but the peace they need is not what you could define as peace. Now, what is the peace Sheikh Ahmed Gumi is talking about? Sheikh Ahmed Gumi have been telling the Nigerian government to give the terrorists, the ISIS-linked terrorists called bandits and Boko Haram people, that you should give them part of your land to take care of it, pay them, pay these terrorists, bring them into the society, like build schools for the terrorists. And the more you do it, the more the terrorists expand. They have been using the principles of Hudabiya, that is the principles of peace deal, peace treaty. Every now and then, government sign peace treaty with these terrorists. The more you sign peace treaty with them, the more they expand, the more they kill people, the more they take, communities, the more they take over states, expanding the cause of Sharia. And we have so many states in Europe to 12 as I speak to you now who uses Sharia. And know that anybody who uses Sharia law does not respect any constitution. Even the constitution of that country will be a second class because nobody pulls any other law below Sharia, anybody who practice Sharia in full. And that is what is going on in Nigeria. Now, there is no place where people who practice Sharia can cohabit with people who believe in common law, like this kind of Western laws and so on and so forth. Okay, there is no how. Why? Because it is strictly in Sharia law, which is backed up by Quran, that infidels, that is Christian, Jews, atheists, must be killed. Let me repeat that. Infidels must be killed. So someone who believes that every other religion people are infidel, they are unbeliever, they must be killed. But there is an option that will make them not to be killed, like what Israel told Christians last month. They said every Christian in Nigeria will pay with their blood, but the condition they gave was convert to Islam or you continue to pay jizya tax. So that is the situation, that is the condition. So Sheikh Ahmed Gumi needed peace. The peace he needs is that you must succumb to Islam. You must believe in the cause these people are doing. You must not see these people as terrorists. You must not see people bombing churches, bombing everywhere. You must not see them as terrorists. You must see them like people who are freedom fighters. They are fighting for their right. They are fighting for the well-beings of, the people who believe in Sharia and so on and so forth. So this was the peace he was trying to push. And listen, before the kidnap of 160 Christians, Christopher Musa, former Chief of Defense Staff of Nigeria and currently the Minister of Defense, he went to Arise News, of which I published the video as well, and he made a statement that anybody talking about peace, all those things, that they are going to come after them. The following day, what happened? These people started mass kidnapping of Christians because of that statement, and that was simultaneously, Sheikh Ahmed Gumi posted that as they were kidnapping, that those people who do not choose peace would have to live enduring the pain of war. Now, let me tell you this thing. So either you understand it or not, but I am here to always decode, security threats to you and tells you what is going on and what to come. Sheikh Gumi is just directly telling you, as Nigeria or Nigerians, if you people refuse to accept these people, if you people refuse to accept Sharia, accept these terrorists, you have to prepare and endure the pains of war forever. What Sheikh Ahmed Gumi is saying is not something that is, it's not something that is not common. I remember listening to the Sultan of Sokoto. He made a statement that if this terrorism of banditry, ISIS, is going to end in Nigeria, that it is going to take decades. Don't forget that a decade is 10 years. So when he made mention of decades, he's talking about minimum of 20 years and above. That is if it is going to stop. So someone should ask him or herself, what is the problem all about? This is all about Islamization of Nigeria. It's a global problem. So it's not only a Nigerian problem. Now, another thing that makes me laugh about people who are trying to be politically correct. You see these extremists and you are trying to say that we have to join hands together and fight them. You and who should join hands together and fight them? These people are not ready to fight them. They keep on supporting them. Do you know the reason why they keep on supporting them? Because in their holy book is a mandate to kill people who are not of the same faith. So you and who should join hands together and fight them? It is deception. Any politician, including Christopher Musa, telling you that Nigerians are dying, we should join hands together and fight them. Do these call Muslims and extremists tell you that they want to fight Boko Haram or bandits? Or do you want to come against their religion, which says that they should kill the opposite religion? It's a question I'm putting forth because you need to think before you talk. Trying to be politically corrected was what led Iran to where they are today. But thank God that a generation is rising in Iran saying, no, Iran is never a Muslim nation. Iran was more or less, they are Persians and they live secular lives before, just like the Afghanistan, the people of Turkey, Lebanon, and these places were radicalized and taken over. It is the same cause these people want in Nigeria. It is the same cause they are fighting in Nigeria. This is actually what they want. So anybody who fails to understand at this point, I don't see you like somebody who is smart, no matter the level of your education and, the way you do things. But if I see you that you fail to understand this simple thing, it's a global problem. It's not only Nigeria problem. Now, I was listening to what is it called? CDS, Christopher Musa, in the same video on Arise News that I published. He made mention of something. He said, we must collaborate with Niger Republic. We must collaborate with Benin Republic. We must collaborate with Mali, Burkina Faso, these people, that the same problem they are facing is the same problem we are facing. Now, this is a simple thing. Burkina Faso, Mali said they are facing the problem of radical Islam, Islamic terrorism, who want to make sure they bring the dictates of Sharia into their country. So that is Islamization. So if Christopher Musa said that we are facing the same problem with Mali and Burkina Faso, It means that Christopher Musa has accepted that the problem Nigeria is facing is Islamization. So we must call it the way it is. If you like, speak grammar from now till next tomorrow. You will live and die. Your future generation will not understand that this country was never an Islamic country before. They will wake up and see things around them that this is just a Sharia state. And that is what people are doing. Okay, what we make Christopher Musa said people are sponsoring these people, that there are some people who are sponsoring them. Benue State Governor said people in the Senate are sponsoring them. Kunde Olawumi said people who are sponsoring them are in Aso Rock. T.Y. Danjuma said that the military and the police are colluding with these people, and so on and so forth. Different generals indicted, former military generals. This is not terrorism. This is Islamization. So I don't know how to explain this thing for better than this. But I'm telling you that Sheikh Ahmed Gumi just informed Nigeria that there will be war, that Nigerians must endure the pains of war. So if you did not decode or understand what this man is actually saying, so it is to your own detriment. But we understand the time we are now. The reason why it's important in the olden days, prophets were known for reading out the signs of times. You must be able to read the signs of times, what is actually going on now. You must be able to know the signs of time. So the period we are now is a period where people are preparing for massive like the war we are seeing now is not massive. It's not all out war, okay? But in this period, people are preparing for all out war, like all out war. They actually want this country to go into a full-blown war, and because they have strategized, they have infiltrated, they have done everything. They are very good at taking up different locations in this country. This is because you were sleeping and saying it's not going to be possible. And up to today, some persons are still saying it's not going to be possible. Just wake up to the reality and face them with the word. It's not going to be possible, coupled with action. So not just sitting down and saying it's not going to be possible. What are you doing? What are you doing? This man is just telling you everything going on every day. He warned Christopher Musa, don't fight these people. Didn't you see the video? He warned the federal government, don't kill the terrorists. Didn't you see the video? So I have been following this man. I understand everything he's doing and what he wants. Anyway, let's watch. I understand what is going on.
These northern leaders, one name stand out, Sheikh Ahmed Gumi. And today we are going to talk about who Gumi really is. Now, before I proceed, I want to say this. Sheikh Ahmed Gumi, you have walked into the forest many times, but today the forest is looking back at you. Nigerians has watched your pattern. Saudi Arabia has watched your pattern. The world has watched your pattern. You build your influence in silence, but today silence is no longer your shelter. Understand this clearly. No man who legalized terror escape the rock of truth. Your blueprint is no longer hidden. Your methods are no longer mysterious. Your alliances is no longer invisible. You became the voice of men with guns, but now Nigeria is becoming the voice against your deceit. This message is not a threat. It is a mirror. Look at it very well and see yourself clearly, because we have seen you and your script is finished. From childhood, Gumi grow up inside power, not money power, not political power, now ideological power. Ahmed Gumi was born the same day Nigeria got their independence. That was 1st of October 1960 in Kano State. Ahmed Gumi attended Sardauna Memorial College for his secondary school education. Afterward, he gained an admission into Madibelo University, where he studied medicine. After graduating, Gumi was enlisted into the Nigeria Defense Academy and he served as a medical officer. He attended the rank of a captain before he retired. By then, he had already have a deeper exposure to military structure, their operation, and their strategy. Now, after leaving the army, he traveled to Saudi Arabia. This is where Gumi transformation started from. Gumi got enrolled into Akura University, where he was exposed to deeper Islamic rules and laws, global Islamic politics, and Islamic ideological power shaping Africa. Now, people don't understand the importance of those things wey Gumi dey exposed to. Saudi Arabia is where you learn how Islamic influence operate on a global level. Now, after the whole study in Saudi Arabia, Gumi returned back to Nigeria. But at that time, he was not just an Islamic preacher anymore. He was now a product of two systems, a military mind plus a religious identity. That combination is rare, dangerous, and powerful in the north. Now, after he came back from the Saudi Arabia, he became a teacher in the Nigeria Defense Academy. So, with all this knowledge where Gumi gathered from Saudi and Nigeria Academy, he started doing preaching work. He was doing some daily Tafa program, preaching religion. So, this man started coming on air, start doing some charity work. So, people call they see him as public figure, so he call they gain followers. Now, many of these armed group that is in the forest, the X-Men, the Boko Haram, all those people, they don't listen to this man preaching, to his program. So they always see this man as a father. Now, why is he say many of them, they respect him so much? Because this bandit will never trust a certain politician, a Christian leader, or a military officer. But you see Gumi mirror these people. They can see their self in him. Now, here is where he become more tough. Within the northern Nigeria, there is a quiet, massive competition going on. A competition for religious dominance, political influence, control of armed groups. So, for Gumi, becoming the man that can talk to bandits, make Gumi itself a power structure outside politics. Because that will give him influence, relevance, funding, and political leverage. So every time bandits strike again, Gumi become important again. That is why he defends them publicly, because he strengthens his role as a negotiator. Know this, bandits are not just criminals. They are a force, and whosoever influences them owns power. Now, listen carefully. This is the part people don't know about him yet. Gumi has an agenda independently of everyone around him, and his agenda is bigger than bandits, bigger than government, bigger than Nigeria. Gumi is trying to become the ideological godfather of northern bandits, but without openly identifying himself as a jihadist. That is why when Gumi traveled to Saudi to perform the Hajj pilgrimage, despite having a valid visa, he was denied entry. You should ask yourself, why a country that welcomed me before suddenly marked him as red flag? Because Saudi intelligence saw what Nigeria has refused to see. The danger here is not that Gumi speaks to bandits. Anyone can talk to anyone. The danger is that Gumi defines them. He creates the language around them. He gives them an identity beyond crime. And that is dangerous, because narrative build legitimacy, and legitimacy build power. I know some of you might be wondering why they never arrest this man. Because if Gumi should be exposed, names go come out. The name what we never ever expect for this country, all of them will come out. That is why the government are playing safe. So this is the overview of who Gumi is. Because now, bandits don't they give order, make police arrest politicians. They will not fall to these people trouble, because that is the agenda they want to set to Nigeria. So should not be carried away with these people plan. How we respond, we now determine our fate to know where we belong to, and for bandits to know where they will belong to. That is it all for now.